Let me be frank too. That's the first time anyone's called me Silly Frilly.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Apollo Justice. So where we left off, we were about to present our Magatama. So let's do it, let's get into it.
Magnifi's death. Ask what you will. You'll get nothing from me. I'm as much a part of this affair as you are now. I have to know what happened. For 7 long years, I have endured. Now finally the curtain lifts on my new golden age. All the miracles of our troop within my grasp. Sorry to do this, Valen, but right now I need answers. I think I'll start by dropping a bomb. That should shake things up. Valen, I wouldn't be so sure about those miracles. Not as long as I have this.
Oh, whoopsie.
Let me be frank. No one, and I mean no one, can stand in my path. Not even you with your silly, frilly ways. Let me be frank too. That's the first time anyone's called me Silly Frilly. Oh, what I need is a bit of magic. Something to stop Valen's show in its tracks. Now's no time for subtlety. Valent, I wouldn't be so sure about those miracles.
Oh, it's this. Okay. Right. My bad. Wrong envelope.
And what might that be? I see it bears the Grammary seal. I should have brought this to your attention sooner. But I didn't imagine you'd be planning your comeback quite so fast. What is this? A document showing the true recipient of the performance rights to Magnifi's miracles. What? Zach Grammary. He wrote this? What? He passed everything to his daughter? Trucy Enigmar. Actually, she's officially my daughter these days. Preposterous! Zach's gone! Vanished into the void! This is a genuine article. Zach was alive when he wrote this. Both myself and the notary can testify to this. Whoa! Why? Why does fate toy with me so? Why must my life be lived in thrall to the dead? You're not the only one with that problem. But he shot Magnifi! Yes! It was Zach! It was! And then he left, and my career as a magician fell into darkness. Did you think there might be some way out of it? Say, if you could prove Zach Grammary shot Magnifi. Was that why you testified? Yes! My way out. It should have been my way out! Well, it might not be too late, Mr. Valen. All you need is a way to prove your case. Who really killed Magnifi Grammary? I believe I have the answer to your prayers right here. Zach Grammary wrote one more thing before passing on. This? But this is a confession! In which he admits to the killing of Magnifi Grammary. See? All according to your plan. I am a magician by trade. Deception is my life's work. I fool the audience, give them a fleeting dream. Yet, it seems the tables have turned. Now I am the audience, believing in the deceptions I have wrought upon myself. Zach wrote this right in front of me. After I explained your situation to him. Alakaz's OMG!
So many Cyclops will bust in. Get at it, Phoenix.
You do know that this confession is nothing but lies. Yes, it's my opinion that Zach Grammary killed no one. Then you must be thinking the truth is a simple matter of elimination. 2 received instructions to kill, but if one is innocent, Well, then the one who remains is guilty.
That would be the logical conclusion, yes.
So he vanished to protect me, his partner. A stirring tale, 'tis true.
Did you shoot Magnifi Grammary in the forehead?
If I had, and I told you, what would you do? Run to the police, perchance? Do as you will. There is nothing left for me now. 'Tis true, after all. I have little talent. I needed my mentor Magnifi's repertoire. 'Twas as if a little demon grabbed hold of me.
I knew it. So Valen Grammary did kill the great Magnifi.
Oh, so sorry, Mr. Wright. But it was not I who shot my mentor.
What? But if it wasn't you, then who was it? There wasn't another disciple, was there?
Another disciple? Such as...
I don't know. Knack and talent Grammary, maybe?
Your wild fancies couldn't be further from the truth. Only Zack and Valent received those threatening letters. But there was another. One more person could have fired that pistol that night. I don't suppose you figured it out by now.
If it wasn't Zack or Valent who shot Magnifi, then it had to be the only other person at the scene. Which means... Wait, you don't mean...
Yes, the great Magnifi Grammary himself.
So Magnifi Grammary committed suicide?
You will find it hard to believe?
To be honest, I hadn't even imagined it as a possibility.
When I arrived that night, the old man was still alive. He appeared to be asleep. I could not shoot him. But when I turned and made to leave the room, the old man called out to me.
So you spoke with Magnifi Grammary?
Yes, and this is why I knew what he had done. Magnifi transferred the rights to his repertoire to my partner, Zack Grammary, not me.
I see. Then I guess I owe you an apology. I always thought that you were the one who did it.
You owe me no apology.
Huh?
My crime was, in a way, more serious than that of murder.
What? Your crime? Is Valen Grammary confessing something to me? What could be more serious than murder?
You see, I knew that 2 letters had been sent. There are no secrets between partners. It was easy to figure out. That was when I understood Magnifi's plan.
He wanted to die by one of your hands.
Little did I expect it had anything to do with the rights to his repertoire. That was when I heard it. The little demon whispering inside my heart.
The demon.
Let me confess. I had intended to shoot Magnifi. And I planned on framing my partner for the crime.
What?
That night, I prepared something before going to Magnifi's hospital room.
Which was...
IV fluid, of course. I'd seen it on an earlier visit. If Zack did not shoot, I would do the deed. Then I would use the IV liquid to place the murder on his hands. That was my plan.
But you didn't shoot him.
I could not. The demon in my heart fled when the moment came. But then Magnifi called me back.
I'm sorry, Valent. I am giving my magic to Zack, not you.
You still lack the draw he has. Please, help him if you can. I left the room, and then I stopped. The shock of what I had just been told consumed me. That is when I heard that fateful gunshot.
Magnifi Grammary, killing himself.
Then the demon awoke anew within me. Zack killed him. He was the one. Frame him and the magic will be yours. I altered the scene of his suicide. I took the pistol from his hand, wiped off the prints. Then I used the syringe to add the IV liquid I'd bought.
So in the end, things happened pretty much as planned. Magnifi died, and you framed Zack for his murder.
As planned, indeed. Of course, the outcome was somewhat different than I had anticipated. Well, what do you think? Do you believe my story? Can it be believed, truly?
That was 7 years ago. I don't know what to believe, but...
Yes?
I'm glad I heard it from you, Mr. Valen. Thank you.
It is I who should be thanking you, Mr. Wright. Only when I had lost everything could I make my decision.
You're going to turn yourself in?
My partner may have vanished, but not so my guilt. And as my guilt stays, all else begins to leave me. My friends, my performance rights, my magic. I've had enough of vanishing acts.
I understand.
I thought my life was ruled by a dead man. But I find I was wrong. For Zack Grammary was alive.
Well, not anymore.
And now it occurs to me. What if he was not the only one who survived?
What do you mean?
You see, now that I think about it, I realize that we never saw proof of her demise. We never saw her body.
Her?
The mind races and the mouth flaps on. My apologies. Forget this matter. I can only hope that the day will come when I meet my partner again, Zack Grammary. Then I shall apologize for my terrible mistake. I'm glad we had this chance to talk. Thank you.
Zack Grammary, Shoddy Smith, whichever name you prefer. He is no longer with us. The truth revealed in that trial was only a sliver. And the impenetrable darkness that remained has taken another life. I knew what I'd have to do to push back the darkness for good. And it would involve paying that man a visit. That man, eh? Can we go back to the past? Have we done everything in the past? Is it that man? Is Drew in here, isn't it? No, I mean, it's gotta be Drew, right? Because they're not gonna let us do claviers right now, are they? Wait, no, is it Clavier or Christoph? My bad. Have you got a Cyclock? You do have a Cyclock. Alright, let's go. You're hiding something. Let's hear it then. What are you hiding from me, Mr. Misham?
I'm sorry, but I really don't know. I've never met the client.
True, when I asked the client's name, there were no psyche locks in sight. Regardless, you're hiding something. You have to be, otherwise it wouldn't make any sense.
Why are you doing this to me?
Well, I've made my stand. No backing down now. So, what's Misham hiding? The forger? I can pretty much piece together what it is from what you've said.
What is it then?
You told me what you knew about the client. I'm getting a call, everyone. Give me 1 sec. Sorry about that, everyone. Alright, let's get back into it. You told me what you knew about the client. And I couldn't see any psyche locks.
Psycho locks? Is that some sort of asylum security? Or a new hairstyle, perhaps?
But then they did show up, didn't they? Oh, sorry. Right as I've started doing the recording again, Lucky wants some treats, don't you, Goober? You want some treats? Good baby. I'll cut this out, don't worry. Oh, sorry about that, folks. But then they did show up, didn't they? Who was your client?
As I said in court, I do not know.
Really? Even for such a suspicious request? If it was me, I'd want to know as much as I could about the requester.
I never met them. Not personally.
Not personally. Those words triggered the psyche lock.
Again with the psycho locks. Now I really must know what they are.
So you didn't meet with the client, but someone else did. Maybe the real forger behind this evidence.
Perhaps I'm hung up on this lock business, but I'm afraid you've lost me.
Yeah, well, I didn't come here to talk about psyche locks. As long as I come to the right conclusion, it doesn't matter how I got there.
And your conclusion is...
The real forger behind this wasn't you, Mr. Misham.
Poppycock! I don't know what you're talking about. That's my work, I tell you. Meet here in my studio. Who else could it have been but me?
That's the real question, isn't it? If the forger wasn't you, then I don't have many other people to choose from. The real forger at Drew Studios is... I mean, we already know this, so why are we going through this whole fucking song and dance? The real forger is your daughter, Vera Misham, isn't it?
Ridiculous! My daughter's only 12 years old, Mr. Wright. I've always been more one for landscapes, not surrealism.
Nice comeback. But you're shaking in your boots. I've got you now. The only two people with access to this studio are you and your daughter. The psyche locks tell me you're not the forger, which makes your daughter the only possibility.
I feel very much on the verge of going psycho-lock myself. I don't know how you knew, but you're right. The one who made this page was my daughter, Vera, not I. She's only 12. A genius, you might call her.
A precocious little girl outshining her father. There's been a lot of that going around recently.
I let her play in the studio, and she watched me. She taught herself in that way. The drafting tools and analytical devices I bought when they became necessary. They're my little girl's playthings now.
Ah, do I detect a bit of fatherly pride? So Vera was the one who made this page. Would she know who the client was then?
Actually, the client came once. Here, to this studio.
What? Why didn't you say so sooner?
But their face was covered, and they did not want to talk to me.
So they talked to your daughter?
I will speak only with the artist, the client told me.
And that little girl is the key to our mystery client's true identity. Okay, what do I do now? Maybe I should talk to her father a bit more? Or is it time to turn my attention to Vera? Let's talk to Vera. Mr. Misham, I have a request.
Right, we guess. Would like to speak with my daughter.
Can I?
My daughter has never been one to talk to strangers. She's quite shy. Extremely so, actually. With only one exception.
Which was...
Oddly enough, it was that client. I left the studio while they talked. I returned when they had finished, and she was laughing. It was the first time I'd seen anything of the sort.
Please, let me speak with her.
All right.
Uh-oh. This could be tough. Vera, was it? Would you like to have a friendly chat? I'm Phoenix Wright, ex-lawyer, and pianist. I'm still looking for the keys that say Do Re Mi. Can't find them anywhere. I'm no good at this. I need something to get through to this girl. How do I reach these kids? Oh god, I hate South Park, but that one bit does stay in my head rent-free. Alright, well, she bloody loves true grammar, doesn't she? And then there's this.
Stamp!
Hey, she spoke! She can talk! Yeah, so this stamp. How can I keep her talking? This one. Isn't Troop Grammary amazing? Yes?
Oh!
I especially like those two, Zach and Valen. I mean, they're, just so magical.
Aren't they? Aren't they?
Yeah, whenever I go to one of their shows, I'm like, whoa, magic! You know?
Me too! Me too! I love them! They're so cool! It's like magic! Yeah!
Alright, she's talking. Not saying much, but it's a start.
I went and saw them with Father the other day. The opening ceremony at the Grammar Museum of Magic.
The Grammary Museum? They have one of those? I guess it makes sense now that they have their own commemorative stamp. So, have you been to one of their shows?
Just once, when I was little, with Father. The Grammarys on stage was like a dream. Disappearing, reappearing, cutting apart, putting back together. They do it all.
Yeah. Maybe you can keep telling me stuff like this. You know, about Zach and Valen, maybe?
Oh, sure.
Alright! Better get asking before she changes her mind. How to speak to autistic kids? Find their special interests, that's how.
I don't go outside very much. I like to paint in here.
Why don't you like the outside?
There's bad people out there.
Well, true, but there are lots of good people too.
Actually, I should tell you, she was almost kidnapped once.
Kidnapped?
Since then, she's been... Well, you can see for yourself. She refuses to leave the house.
I see. Wait, but that doesn't make sense. She said she went to the Grammar Museum. With you, in fact.
Yes, actually. She was quite insistent on it, much to my surprise. That was the first and last time she expressed such a desire to me.
That person gave me a good luck charm.
A good luck charm?
For when I absolutely had to go outside.
Yes, apparently she received something. A gift. From that kind, actually. She won't tell me what it was.
Father! I told you to keep that a secret.
From that client, huh? This I have to hear about. So, your father tells me you're good at painting all sorts of things.
Really like painting a lot. Father is always very happy when I paint them exactly the same.
So, you did this too?
Oh yes, that was my first job.
1 second, yo. Lucky has come up with a little toy, wants me to throw it. Don't you, Papa? Good monkey.
Your first?
All I used to do was paint the same thing I saw. This was totally different. The pen slips and the way the writer held the pen and the pressure on the nib. I had to use a microscope and analyze it on the computer.
She seems happy. Odd. Her work was the last nail in the Grammary coffin. I guess no one told her.
They're the best in the world!
Huh? Oh, you mean True Grammary? Of course.
Father gave it to me.
Your father? But I asked him about it. He didn't know how you got it.
I guess I just took it. Yeah.
Took it?
Father got a letter from that person.
That person? You mean that letter was from the client?
Oh, we talked about the Grammarys forever that day. I'm sure that's why I was sent this stamp. I didn't want to just send it back, so I took it.
They're a sneaky one, this client. So they were trying to get on her good side. Commemorative stamp updated in the court record. So, you met the person that asked you to do this job? And you talked with them? What's this about a good luck charm you received?
I can't talk about it.
Eh?
If I do, it won't work anymore. That's what I was told.
Yeah, but I really, really have to know. Right. Time to do some psyche unlocking. The client. You seem to trust this client. Quite a lot, in fact. Because they gave you this stamp?
No, that's not why. They listened to me, to my problem.
The problem that keeps her inside all the time?
Don't go outside if you don't want to. That's what they told me. But when I absolutely have to go out, all I had to do was use a good luck charm.
A good luck charm that your client gave you? I think I know what your client might have given you, actually. Is this your good luck charm? Bum bum bum! This was what they gave you, wasn't it? The same bottle's over there on your desk. Your good luck charm, right?
I heard once. Cosmetics were once thought to ward off evil. This is a magic bottle. It has the power.
Of course it does. I'll just refrain from commenting any more on that one. I think I know who gave you that bottle, actually. The one who asked you to do this job. Was this the client?
Oh, yeah, right there.
Oh, Crystal. This man is a friend of mine. Know him? His name is Christoph Gavin. He's a lawyer, actually.
I promised. I promised not to tell.
I don't need a name anymore. I've got my answer. You're pretty confident in this charm, then?
They might be the devil.
Huh?
Or maybe an angel.
What do you mean?
I saw it. Or I think I saw it when they gave me this. I saw the devil's face.
Are you saying the client's face looked like the devil's?
No, the client was gentle, with a gentle smile.
So, where'd you see this devil, then?
It was so quick, I don't remember well. But that's when I knew that person wasn't like other people. That's why I believe in my good luck charm.
I'm not sure what this devil she saw was, but it's pretty clear that Christoph Gavin has her charmed. Well, I think that's all. I'll be leaving now.
I am sorry for what happened.
If you want to apologize, try my client, Zach Gramery.
Did I do something bad?
What makes you think that?
Your eyes. They're sad. Very sad.
I'll put on my smile next time I come. I promise. I hope to see you smile then too, Vera.
Oh, okay.
Take care. Thinking back on my first encounter with the young forger, I witnessed something of vital importance that day. Of course, by the time I realized it, it was already too late. Interesting. I don't think anyone saw this coming unless they've been paying attention to the whole case and remember the intro video where they mysteriously saw Christoph in the background and probably were like, oh, well, it's probably him then, because, you know, pretty obvious. But nobody saw what this was gonna be. No one saw it coming. Yes, they did. They did see it coming. I lied. Sorry, sir. Prisoner Christoph Gavin is currently occupied. I see. Do you know when he'll be finished? Well... Could you go find out? Certainly, sir. Please wait here a moment. My apologies to the guard. But there's something I need to see. I need to see his dog. Woof woof. My knowledge of flower names includes sunflowers, tulips, and that's about it. Oh, so I always thought, but now I see I was wrong. I know that this is a rose. I think. Oh, Phoenix. You dumbass. Apparently, Gavin brought everything in here with him when he came. All the things in here are more valuable than what I have in my office. I'll admit, I'm a bit jealous. But I shouldn't be. I mean, it's still a prison. Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. That chair is just screaming to be sat in. And if I sat, I'd probably fall asleep. And have very expensive dreams. Anything else that we can examine? Rooney? Lucky, no, Bubba. Lucky's pouring at the screen. There it is. The yellow envelope. And the sender is... Drew Misham. I was right!
When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Bishop was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. It was a yellow envelope. I heard it was left at the crime scene.
If this is the last letter that Drew Misham wrote, then there's something I need to do. The last thing I need to do, in fact. Here it goes. Let's see if this atroconine spray finds anything. Spray, 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 spray. Ooh. So this was Drew Misham's messenger of death. It was this stamp, all right. No mistaking it. And his last letter was sent to Christoph Gavin. Gotcha. Letter from Misham added to the court record. Finally. Decisive evidence! What's this? A burglar? In jail? Gavin, I didn't know you moonlighted in larceny, right? Gavin, there's something I have to ask you. Can I steal your stuff? The answer is no. My apologies, but there's not much I care to discuss. Vera Misham hasn't received her verdict yet. You follow me, Gavin? There are no known survivors of a Tolkienine poisoning, but it never hurts to hope. Okay, I'll be leaving now then. Wait. Yeah, Gavin? Would you mind leaving that letter? It's private. Oh, sorry. Forgot I had it. Many thanks. This is a recording device. I forgot about that. That's so silly. You know, because Emma wears a similar one. Emma Sky in case 5 of It's 21, and like the idea that that she gave this to him and it was just a recording device. Like, oh, weird. This case is kind of weird. It's a weird case. And also zooming out from Phoenix's face like that, I don't know why that's so funny, but it is. We've now seen all the clues in this case. Clues I gathered over 7 long years. Now, it is time. Every story has an ending. We've come to the final chapter. The final trial. Find the truth. You're the only ones who can. Ooh, exciting. It's not been that long since we started recording. I might do like another 10 minutes or something, and then we'll see where we go. Oh, you're still there. You're still staring at us. Welcome to court. 7 years, all leading to one verdict. A verdict which you must decide. Is the defendant, Vera Misham, innocent or guilty? The courtroom doors are opening. The trial awaits. Are you ready to begin? Something inside me, rising, surfacing. Something important, lost long ago. It's close now, so close. October 9th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3.
Court is now in session for...
Wait, how do I do judgy again?
Court is now in session for the trial of Vera Misham.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution's ready to rock.
Prosecutor Gavin, how is the defendant Vera Misham's condition?
Acute of Tolkienine poisoning. According to her physician, she could die at any time. Thus, her absence from the courtroom today.
What? They can't put her on trial without her being here?
It is unusual.
They should wait for her to get better there and then do it? It's so bureaucratic of them.
That's being a little harsh. You can't delay the trial any longer, or they risk having no one left to try. A trial without a verdict can only cause grief. The records of this case and experience tell us this. Apologies to the defendant, but the show must go on. Right. If Vera dies, the trial will be cancelled. I'm not gonna let that happen. Mr. Wright told me everything that's been going on behind the curtain all these years. I'm gonna get Vera her innocent verdict while there's still time.
Very well. Your opening statement, Prosecutor Gavin.
The prosecution's case is unchanged by recent events. Why did Vera Misham succumb to poison? Because she couldn't live with the guilt of what she'd done.
Objection!
But Vera was poisoned with atroquinine! The exact same poison that took her father's life! What better confession could you ask for? Being the killer, she would have had access to the poison. Significant since it's rather hard to come by.
That is true.
In other words, I see no further need for discussion. We could have had our verdict yesterday.
Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no objections, I see no reason to postpone a verdict.
What we need to worry about isn't the verdict, but the trial itself. The defense holds that Vera Misham is the victim, not the killer. Oh god. Ooh! Ooh! Ooh, my throat. Oh, you know what? I think we are gonna leave it here. Let's just protect my throat and get out early. Thank you all for watching. I'm sorry this episode was kind of quick. I think probably for the best ultimately, and then we can just jump into the trial fresh and new. Next time, hopefully with a less scratchy throat. But thank you all for joining me. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all those good things. Stay gay, stay hydrated, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.